The marriage trap, a philosophical warning on relationships in the modern era. You clicked this because some part of you suspects that marriage is a rigged game. That suspicion is correct, but the mechanism of the rigging is more ruthless than you imagine. The common belief. Marriage is about love, partnership, building a life together. If you find the right person, the contract protects both parties equally. Work on the relationship and everything will be fine. This is what your parents told you. This is what society sells you. This is the narrative phalanx designed to march you toward the altar. The reality. Marriage is the only contract where one party can unilaterally terminate and be financially rewarded for doing so. It is asymmetric legal entanglement disguised as romantic commitment. The EVR gap between what you expect marriage to be and what the mechanism actually delivers will destroy you. Not might, will. I have analyzed the philosophical ruins of marriage across centuries. Arthur Schopenhauer dissected this mechanism in 1800. His observations remain accurate. His warnings remain ignored. I will give you 4 mechanisms, 4 laws that separate sovereign men from enslaved men. The second law is the insight that changes everything. Most men will ignore these mechanisms and learn through catastrophic loss. Law 1. The Asymmetry Mechanism. This is your second best reason to never marry, and it sets the floor for what follows. Modern marriage creates asymmetric risk for men and asymmetric reward for women through legal architecture. One party can destroy the contract and profit. The other party cannot prevent destruction and pays for it. This is not partnership. This is predatory contract design. Before marriage, she provides sexual access and you provide resources voluntarily in exchange. After marriage, you provide resources legally obligated and she provides sexual access optionally at her discretion. The power dynamic inverts. Your leverage evaporates. Her leverage becomes state-enforced. This is the mechanism. Arthur Schopenhauer observed this mechanism in the 1800s. He wrote that marriage is a trap where men sacrifice everything for a brief moment of female cooperation only to spend decades regretting it. He never married. He maintained relationships without legal entanglement. He understood that the moment you sign, you transfer all negotiating power to the other party and the state. Why does this asymmetry exist? Because marriage evolved when women had no economic options and needed male provision for survival. The legal structure provided security for women and legitimacy for children. But women now have economic independence while the legal structure remains unchanged. You get ancient obligations without ancient benefits. Modern women bring less value to marriage than any generation in history. No domestic skills, high body counts, student debt, entitlement. Yet they demand the same level of commitment and resource transfer their grandmothers received despite offering a fraction of the value. This is market dysfunction at scale. Schopenhauer wrote, "The only argument for marriage that is not completely dishonest is that one may have someone to look after one in old age. But one can hire better help than a wife for considerably less money." Cold, ruthless, accurate. He understood marriage as economic transaction, not romantic fantasy. When you view it economically, the asymmetry becomes undeniable. The asymmetry extends to divorce. She initiates 70 to 80% of divorces. Why? Because the incentive structure rewards her for terminating. She receives the house, the children, your income for 18 years, alimony potentially for life. You receive nothing but obligation. She can destroy the contract and profit. You cannot prevent destruction without penalty. You believe your relationship is different. It is not. The mechanism operates regardless of your feelings or her current behavior. The legal structure does not care about love. Family courts do not care about contribution. The moment you marry, you become subject to asymmetric legal architecture designed decades ago for different circumstances. If you must engage women, maintain strategic opacity. Never cohabitate. Never merge finances. Never provide legal claim to your assets. Separate residences, financial boundaries. Withdrawal capacity without penalty. This is not paranoia. This is sovereignty. Schopenhauer maintained this architecture his entire life. He died wealthy and philosophically productive. His married colleagues died poor and resentful. Most men hearing Law 1 will think they understand the trap. They do not, because asymmetry is only the legal mechanism. It explains the how. It does not explain the why. Why does the asymmetry exist in the first place? Why do women push so aggressively for marriage? The answer is biological. And this brings us to Law 2. The asymmetry mechanism explains what happens in marriage and divorce. But understanding what happens does not explain why women desperately want marriage before 30. Why the urgency? Why the social pressure? Why marriage remains women's primary life goal despite their economic independence? The answer is the biological trap. This is the insight that changes everything. Law 2. The biological trap. This is your absolute best reason to never marry. This is the banger insight that creates the EVR gap. Everything you have been told about marriage being equal partnership collapses when you understand this mechanism. Female sexual market value peaks between 18 and 28. Male sexual market value peaks between 35 and 50. Marriage demands you commit during her peak and remain committed through her decline while you reach your peak. A woman at 25 secures commitment from a man at 30. She is at her peak. He is approaching his. 10 years pass. She is 35, declining rapidly. He is 40, entering his peak. 20 years pass. She is 45, sexually obsolete. He is 50 at maximum value with maximum options. The marriage contract demands he remain faithful to obsolescence while experiencing peak marketplace power. This is biological entrapment. Schopenhauer observed this with surgical precision. He wrote, "Nature equips woman with beauty for only a short period because during this time she must capture a man's fantasy. After bearing children or reaching 30, beauty evaporates rapidly." He understood that marriage is a biological trap where women secure resources during peak attractiveness that continues through their obsolescence. You lock in at her best. She declines. You improve. You remain locked. Schopenhauer never married because he understood this trap completely. He maintained relationships with younger women throughout his life without legal commitment. When one aged out of her prime, he moved on. He was not cruel. He was honest about biological reality. Men are attracted to youth, fertility, and beauty. These decline in women. These do not decline in successful men. Marriage forces you to pretend biology does not exist. Why does this trap exist? Because women understand their value is temporary. They must secure long-term resources before decline arrives. Marriage is their hedge against biological obsolescence. This is why women rush to marry before 30. This is why divorces spike at 40. She locks you in during her peak. She exits during your peak. The timing is not coincidence, it is strategic. Modern society demands you ignore this biological reality. You cannot. Your biology does not care about social conditioning or equality narratives. At 45, you will be attracted to 25-year-olds, not your 45-year-old wife. She will be unable to provide youth, fertility, or beauty. Resentment becomes inevitable. The marriage demands you remain faithful to someone you are no longer attracted to while peak options surround you. Schopenhauer wrote that men sacrifice everything for women in their youth only to have those women despise them later. Why despise? Because once she has secured your resources, her incentive to provide value terminates. The marriage guarantees resources regardless of her behavior. Dead bedroom marriages are not accidents. They are predictable outcomes of eliminated incentives. She has lifetime claim. She has no motivation to maintain attraction. This is the EVR gap. You expect marriage to provide lifelong sexual access and partnership. Reality provides declining access and increasing resentment as biological asymmetry manifests. You lock in at her peak, believing that peak continues. It does not. She declines. You peak later. The contract prevents you from acting on your peak value. This is the trap that destroys most marriages. Most men hearing this will still marry. They will believe their woman is different. She ages like everyone else. They will believe their attraction will remain constant. It will not. They will believe love conquers biology. It does not. 10 years into marriage, when the bedroom is dead and resentment is high, they will remember this law, and it will be too late. Your options at divorce are worse than your options now. To harden your intellect on biological reality and sexual market dynamics, subscribe to this channel. We analyze mechanisms society prefers you ignore. We dissect power structures without social filter. This is not motivation. This is strategic knowledge transfer. We do not offer hope. We offer leverage. The biological trap destroys men who ignore it. Understanding this law is the difference between sovereignty and slavery. The biological trap explains why marriage fails emotionally and sexually. But emotion and biology are not the only mechanisms. There is a third layer, the legal extraction mechanism. This is how the trap converts biological obsolescence into financial destruction. Understanding asymmetry and biology prepares you for truth. Understanding legal extraction shows you how the system profits from your ignorance. Law 2 is the banger. It is the insight that changes how you view relationships permanently. You now understand that marriage locks you into declining female value while you reach peak male value. But understanding the trap is not enough. You must understand the extraction mechanism. How does she profit from biological obsolescence? How does the state profit from your divorce? Law 3 reveals the legal machine. Law 3, the legal extraction system. Now we descend into technical calculus. Marriage is the only contract where one party can unilaterally terminate and be financially rewarded for terminating. No-fault divorce means she terminates for any reason or no reason. The outcome is predetermined. You lose minimum 50% of assets. You lose primary access to children. You pay her income for 18 years minimum. You pay alimony potentially for life. This is state-sanctioned wealth transfer disguised as family law. Divorce incentives are perverse. The party who invests least extracts most. The party who sacrifices most loses most. The party who destroys the marriage profits from destruction. She cheats. She gets bored. She finds someone wealthier. The reason is irrelevant. The outcome is systematic extraction. Assets divided 50-50 minimum despite contribution imbalance. Children awarded to her by default. Your income garnished for 18 years. She receives everything. You receive obligation. Schopenhauer observed that the state uses marriage as wealth redistribution mechanism disguised as romantic institution. He wrote that marriage laws favor women systematically because the state benefits from stable resource transfer to children. But the state also benefits from divorce through legal fees, child support enforcement, and continued GDP from two households. The system profits from both marriage and divorce. You profit from neither. Schopenhauer never married because he understood the state views you as resource extraction mechanism, not human being. He preserved his wealth through strategic celibacy from legal contracts. He maintained philosophical freedom because he was not paying alimony. He wrote prolifically because he was not funding an ex-wife. His sovereignty was purchased through refusal to sign. Your sovereignty requires the same refusal. Child support is not based on actual cost of raising children. It is based on your income. The more successful you become, the more you pay, regardless of how money is spent. This creates perverse incentive for her to divorce you specifically when you achieve peak earning. Your success triggers your extraction. The system punishes achievement and rewards destruction. Women initiate 70 to 80% of divorces. This is not random. This is rational response to incentive structure. Cash and prizes for terminating. Asset division regardless of contribution. Children by default. Alimony for life in many jurisdictions. Meanwhile, you receive nothing but continuing obligation to woman who destroyed your family. This is legal plunder with state enforcement. Prenuptial agreements offer minimal protection. Judges throw them out regularly, citing unfairness or technical issues. The legal system is not neutral. It is designed to transfer wealth from men to women and from individuals to state administrative systems. Believing a prenup will protect you is like believing a cardboard shield will stop bullets. Legal fiction versus legal reality. Schopenhauer wrote that marriage is a debt you incur in youth and pay in old age. The debt is financial. The debt is psychological. The debt is biological. You pay for the privilege of being legally bound to depreciating asset. You pay for children she controls. You pay for house she occupies. You pay for her new boyfriend. This is the extraction mechanism in operation. The system views you as walking wallet, not human being. Your feelings are irrelevant. Your contributions are irrelevant. Your suffering is irrelevant. The only relevant factor is your capacity to pay. High earners pay more. Successful men lose more. The better you do, the worse divorce treats you. Excellence is punished. Mediocrity is rewarded through lower payments. Most men hearing this will still marry believing they can protect themselves through legal structures. They cannot. The family court system is not designed for fairness. It is designed for extraction. Every legal protection you create can be undone by judge who benefits from system continuing. The house always wins. You are not the house. You are the mark. If you must protect assets, do so outside legal marriage framework entirely. Offshore structures, irrevocable trusts, business entities that separate personal from marital property. But these are complex, expensive, and still vulnerable. Better strategy is simpler strategy. Never marry. Never cohabitate long enough to create common law marriage. Never give legal system jurisdiction over your wealth. The legal extraction system is the how. Asymmetry is the structure. Biology is the why. But three laws are not complete picture. Because even understanding all three mechanisms does not provide solution. What do you do instead of marry? How do you engage women without legal entanglement? How do you maintain sovereignty while having relationships? This is Law 4, the sovereignty alternative. You now understand the trap completely. Legal asymmetry, biological decline, financial extraction. The marriage mechanism is designed to transfer resources from peak-earning males to declining females using state power. But understanding trap is not enough. You need alternative architecture. How do sovereign men engage women without surrendering sovereignty? Schopenhauer provides the model. Law 4, the sovereignty alternative. If marriage is a trap, what is the solution? Strategic opacity, financial boundaries, emotional detachment, physical separation. These are not tactics for getting women. These are mechanisms for maintaining sovereignty while engaging women. Schopenhauer never married yet maintained relationships throughout his life. He understood that commitment and contract are different things. Society conflates them deliberately. You can have relationships without legal entanglement. You can have children without marriage certificate. You can provide for woman without giving her legal claim to your assets. Separate residences, separate finances, separate legal identities. This is not cold. This is strategic. Every successful long-term relationship requires boundaries. Marriage destroys boundaries legally. Schopenhauer maintained separate residence from any woman he engaged. He provided financially when he chose to not when legally obligated. He could withdraw at any moment without legal penalty. This was not commitment failure. This was sovereignty success. He died wealthy, philosophically productive, and sexually active. His married colleagues died poor, resentful, and sexless. The data is clear. Women respect what they cannot fully control. Marriage gives women complete legal control over your resources. This breeds contempt, not respect. Maintaining strategic opacity maintains attraction. She cannot take you for granted when you can leave without penalty. She cannot let herself go when replacement is possible. Strategic uncertainty maintains her investment in providing value. Never cohabitate longer than necessary. Never merge bank accounts. Never buy property together. Never give her keys to your primary residence. Never allow her name on any asset. These boundaries are not negotiable. They are sovereignty architecture. She will pressure you to remove them. This pressure is precisely why they must remain. If she cannot accept these boundaries, she is not suitable for relationship. If she demands legal entanglement, she is not seeking partnership. She is seeking extraction. Women who accept boundaries are rare but exist. Women who demand marriage are common and dangerous. The former respects your sovereignty, the latter seeks to destroy it. Choose accordingly. Schopenhauer wrote that wise men learn from others' mistakes. Fools insist on making their own. You have been given complete breakdown of marriage trap, asymmetry, biology, legal extraction, and now, the alternative. Most men will ignore this and marry anyway. They will join the 70% who regret marriage. They will join the 50% who divorce. They will wonder why no one warned them. Someone did. You chose not to listen. The sovereignty alternative requires discipline. It requires going against social pressure. It requires accepting that most people will not understand your choices, but sovereignty always requires these things. The question is whether you value sovereignty over social approval, whether you value truth over comfortable lies, whether you value your future over others' expectations. You can have relationships, you can have children, you can have companionship. You cannot have these things and sovereignty simultaneously through marriage. The contract eliminates sovereignty by design. The alternative maintains sovereignty by structure. Schopenhauer chose structure. His life was productive and free. Choose accordingly. You now possess complete understanding. 4 laws: asymmetric legal architecture, biological trap timing, legal extraction mechanisms, sovereignty alternative. The EVR gap between what society tells you about marriage and what marriage actually is cannot be clearer. You expect partnership. Reality delivers extraction. You expect lifelong attraction. Reality delivers biological obsolescence. You expect legal protection. Reality delivers systematic wealth transfer. You can marry and join the statistics. 50% divorce rate, 70% regret rate, dead bedrooms, financial extraction, legal slavery. Or you can maintain sovereignty, strategic boundaries, financial independence, withdrawal capacity. The choice is binary. There is no middle ground. Marriage is legal contract, not romantic gesture. Treat it accordingly. If you found value in this analysis, subscribe to join the narrative phalanx. We analyze power mechanisms society prefers you ignore. We offer leverage, not hope. We speak truth, not comfort. This is not community. His is knowledge transfer for men serious about sovereignty. Most will watch and change nothing. Arthur Schopenhauer died wealthy, free, and philosophically productive at age 72. He never married. He never regretted it. His married colleagues died poor, trapped, and resentful. The data is clear. The mechanisms are clear. The choice is yours. Stay dangerous. Stay sovereign. Get to work.